the silent watchman of Varanasi. The first thing pilgrims notice is the smell of marigolds and diesel, a scent that hangs over Varanasi like a prayer. The second thing they sometimes notice, if they look closely at the right moment, is the man who is not there. His name, according to whispers along the ghats, is Bhairav, though no one calls him that to his face. He appears as a tall, dark-skinned ascetic, with matted hair piled high, dressed in simple saffron cloth, a worn fabric bag slung over his shoulder. He is often seen at dawn, standing completely motionless near the Jnanavapi well, the same well that, according to the Skanda Purana, was created by Lord Shiva's trident to provide water during a great drought. His eyes are unusual. One eye carries the stillness of deep meditation, calm and timeless. The other holds a sharp, piercing, almost feral intensity, as if it sees straight through people, through years, through lies. The sightings are many. In 2018, during the devastating floods that submerged the Manikarnika Ghat, multiple boatmen reported seeing a tall sadhu walking across the submerged stone steps. The river was violent. The current was fierce. Yet his feet appeared untouched by the raging water. When rescue boats tried to approach him, he vanished. No splash. No ripple. No disturbance of the river at all. After the floods receded, fishermen discovered a centuries-old Bhairav statue that had been shifted by the currents. It now faced the river directly, standing in a protective posture, exactly where the sadhu had been seen walking. Old photographs tell stranger stories. A 1942 archival photograph from the British Raj shows a crowd protesting at Unexplained Ghat. In one corner of the image, barely noticeable, stands a tall figure with matted hair. In 1971, a French tourist photographed the evening arti. In the background, watching silently, appears a similar figure. In 2019, a YouTube vlogger's livestream briefly panned across the ghats at night. For a few seconds, a man with identical features stood in the shadows, watching. Forensic experts examined the images. There were no signs of digital manipulation. No overlays. No edits. The face did not age. The age progression was impossible. Behind the Vishwanath temple, in the narrow, maze-like lanes, shopkeepers speak of something they do not like to discuss openly. They speak of balance. When a dishonest merchant cheats a pilgrim beyond reason, when greed crosses an invisible line, a sadhu sometimes appears at the shop. He does not speak. He does not threaten. He only stares with that unsettling dual gaze. Within days, the merchant's business begins to suffer. Deliveries fail. Accounts go wrong. Customers stop coming. The trouble continues until amends are made. Official police records label these incidents as coincidental economic fluctuations. Veteran officers privately call them something else. They call them Bhairav's corrections. There is more evidence that unsettles even skeptics. Every 12 years, during the Mahakumbh Mela, the sadhu is reportedly seen at the Bhairav temple in Varanasi at the exact moment Jupiter enters Aquarius. Ancient texts describe this moment as the time when Bhairav's protective energy is at its strongest. Modern astronomers confirm the celestial timing. Pilgrims confirm the sightings. There is also the dog. Bhairav is traditionally accompanied by a dog. Residents describe a large black stray that appears during moments of crisis. During the temple fire of 2006, witnesses reported seeing a black dog leading confused devotees through smoke-filled lanes to safety. The dog bears an unusual mark, a white patch on its forehead shaped like a third eye. Photographs of this dog exist from different decades. It never seems to age. In 2022, a Japanese documentary crew captured the sadhu on thermal imaging. The camera showed his body temperature at exactly 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit, normal for a human being. But the air around him registered several degrees cooler, as if he emitted no ambient heat at all. Frame-by-frame analysis revealed something even stranger. At times, his shadow fell in a direction that did not match any visible light source. Scholars continue to debate. Dr. Arjun Mehta, a professor of comparative religion at Banaras Hindu University, notes that what is most fascinating is the consistency. The figure described matches not only the popular iconography of Bhairav, Shiva's fierce guardian form, but also obscure details found in rarely studied texts. The mismatched eyes, representing time and timelessness. The absence of shadow under certain conditions. The role of both judgment and mercy. Skeptics argue that this is mass suggestion, the power of belief in a city where the spiritual and physical worlds have blurred for thousands of years. Yet even they struggle to explain the photographic evidence that spans nearly a century. The most compelling account comes from an encounter. In 2023, Priya Sharma, a journalist from Delhi, went to Varanasi to investigate the phenomenon. At 3 a.m, she found him at the cremation ghats. He was feeding the stray dogs. When she approached him, he did not look at her. He simply said, "You carry your father's regrets. Leave them here." Her father had died 2 years earlier. She had never spoken to anyone about his deathbed confession. Before she could speak, the sadhu continued. "The city remembers what the river forgets. So do I." He placed something in her hand, an ancient coin later dated to the 8th century Gupta period. Then he walked toward the river. After 10 steps, he was gone. The dogs followed nothing into the mist. And so the question remains. Is he a living man who has taken on a mythical identity? Is he a collective archetype, shaped into form by centuries of belief? Or is he something else entirely, a fracture in reality where a deity walks the thin border between myth and the material world? The priests of Varanasi offer no clear answers. They only smile and say that in Kashi, Lord Shiva whispers in every stone. And if Shiva himself guards this city, why should his guardian not walk among us? Some truths, they say, are not meant to be proven. They are meant to be witnessed. And so the silent watchman continues his rounds. A myth in human form. A fact in the corner of your eye. A reminder that in India's oldest living city, the gods may still be walking their beat, maintaining the delicate balance between chaos and order, between what we know and what we feel in the incense-heavy air just before dawn.